Hi, how are you? It's Sally. So I'm just going to fill you in on the 144 thing because a number of people have been asking me what it's all about. And so basically I just had a wake-up call a couple of years ago and an opening into the other, other dimensions, other worlds, if you like, other existences. And this didn't just happen randomly. I'm here basically to try and get other people to understand how to get into these other dimensions so that we can explore our higher self and our soul. Because we are humans running from our ego, and ideally we could be running from our soul, because it's our soul that is our true expression of ourself. So if anybody's ever done any personal growth work, they'd know what I'm talking about. So I will be encouraging people somehow to try and go through a process of transformation, which is generally what I've been doing for a long time. I'm doing some burning today of my journals. I've just looked at the clock and it was 1:11. And so I just burning tonight my journals because I'm getting rid of all things of past and living in the present now. And I just came across a page that said, I'm really fed up. My heart feels as cold as stone. And I was really shocked to read that. I was really shocked because I thought I was a person who was really loving and kind, and I was a good mom, and I had a great family and a great job, and I loved being around people, had a great social life. And I thinking to myself, I had all of that, and yet I'd written my heart was as cold as stone. And I just want to say that I was so shocked because now my heart is as warm as fire. And the difference is incredible, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know that this plane of living existed, this way that you can live in tune and in alignment with the universe and have so much support and warmth and love, like a blanket of peace that covers me at all times. And I had no idea. I had no idea that it was possible just to be in peace with whatever happens. I just feel like it doesn't faze me. I didn't even know it existed. People don't tell you this. Nobody tells you at school that this is the whole reason we're here. What's life about? Oh, it's basically to try and ascend through physical, mental, emotional and spiritual transformation to be able to become an enlightened and divine being. Nobody tells you that. But anyway, that's the point. That's the point in life. That's why we're here. And to get back to the one source, or God, whatever you want to call it. So you might be on your journey already, transforming through physical, perhaps to make your body into more of a temple, or eat healthily, or do exercise. Or maybe mentally processing things like doing personal growth work and understanding how to relinquish or release control and release judgments, not just of other people, but of yourself as well. Emotional growth, which is doing the inner child work and recognizing where we've been fed lies all our life about who we are and how we're supposed to feel guilty or shamed, or how we learn to be angry or fearful from our society and the people around us. This matrix is made up of, it's like a low density matrix, and it's just made up of like negative vibes. So if you imagine like a battery, let's say we're born and we're a full battery, and then basically we have like a little suction pump attached to us, and it sucks all the life out of us. That's why people say, I've got a soul sucking job, or I feel I'm having the life sucked out of me. That kind of expression is literal, and it just means that your light is being dimmed. So we're basically full light on power. That's our normal, natural self. That's our divine self, and that's our soul self. And when we come into the world, we have this divine expression, but because of what we see all around us, it pulls us into this idea that we are less than what we believe ourselves to be, or less than what our soul believes us to be. And so if we go through the transformation, our soul will guide us through that. So some people have and are self actualizing or finding enlightenment and spiritual physical and emotional and mental mastery and coming into the spiritual transformation. Other people, they may just have a breakthrough because they have a breakdown. So potentially when your life is shit and you go through a lot of trauma, most times people get on their knees and say, I can't do this anymore. You know, there's a lot of people finding they're in a lot of difficult situations at the moment. So as you know, I'm a nurse, so I deal with people's, as many counsellors and coaches do, we see the truth of people's negativity and struggle. You know, a lot of time you see people on Facebook laughing and saying, yeah, my life's great. And then the next thing you hear, they've just, attempted suicide. And you just think, whoa, had no idea. And that's the point. People hide it. So what I'm saying is you can either go through the physical, mental, emotional, and then you get a kind of a spiritual awakening process, or you hit the wall in your life. Let's say your life falls apart, you lose your job, you move house, somebody dies, you get ill, I don't know, stuff happens, and you basically see yourself as a victim, and then you're unable to go on. So you drop to your knees and cry out to God. If there is a God, can you help me? So that's the other way that people come to truth. And I would say that's the shortcut myself. If I'd known that I could have created a total transformation just by calling out to Jesus and saying, can you please put your Holy Spirit within me and wash me out from the inside out, then Jesus, all the light, the angels and all the light divine beings that are around us, they basically help activate the DNA within you so that you start doing things to help you transform your life, to move you into a place of heaven on earth. So that's why I wanted to share it, because I feel like I just think we don't know, right? Nobody teaches us. And we have a right to know, because we are souls living a human experience. And we have a right to be able to be educated. I wouldn't be able to... I find it really hard and difficult to live with the fact that I'm going through all of this and I know all of this stuff. And I have been given all this information and I'm not sharing it. And so I'm going to share it, and I am sharing it. So it's a process of transformation. And I guess I will be sharing my experience, and anybody who is interested in going along with that with me, you're quite welcome too. It's just basically about transcending what we see. It's about facing your fears and doing it anyway. It's about becoming your best self. It's about becoming one with everything and one. It's just about becoming one, becoming whole. And it's incredible and amazing, and you just feel absolutely amazing all the time, even if you haven't got anything. If you've got no one, your house is falling down, there's a fire all around you. If you're, if it doesn't matter what happens, because the external doesn't validate you anymore. There's nothing that, oh God, the last time I said this, I thought I was going to lose my driving license. But I said there's nothing that I could have taken away from me, because there's nothing I'm hanging on to anymore materially, because I know that I'm just a spirit in a material world, and there's nothing that can happen that would cause me to be worried, because I'm not even worried about losing my own life, because for me that's not real, right? Because I know all these things that I know, because when you get in touch with spirit shows you the truth. Okay, so I just wanted to share that and say that there's real brilliant, amazingness that is possible to have. I mean, it's just so lush. It's just such a lush feeling. Oh my God, it's just such a lush feeling. I feel it all the time. I have this warmness in my heart that I feel all the time. But I just also must make a public apology for all the people that I've ever been abrupt with or rude to, due to my own, I don't know, inability to cope at the time. Because in 2007, you know, clearly when you have a family and you have a dog and you have work and you have, you know, people hassling you all the time and you have to move house every 2 years, life's difficult. So I probably projected and took all my stuff out on a number of people around me. You know, I thought I was doing the best for my kids, but I look back in my diary and I see I was actually really, really, really overwhelmed and felt unsupported and isolated, and I felt very alone, and I took it out on them, I think. So I'm going to apologise to them. I think we all do that because we're humans, but when we have this kind of warm spiritual thing that comes in, it's completely different, because you can just let go. You can let go of any of that fear, overwhelm. There's no isolation, because you're not isolated. It's 11:11. I've just seen that on the clock. 11 minutes. So 11 minutes and 11 seconds. I won't hold you much longer. And you can, of course, switch off if you want to. But what I would say, what I'm just going to finish with is, basically, there's a whole bunch of emotions that don't sit right with us, don't sit right with our soul. And they are shame, guilt, grief, fear, apathy or procrastination, desire and anger. And all of those things make us feel like we're not enough, we're not worthy, we don't have enough. We are victims of our own lives. And that's what this negative part of the, you know, when we're a negative battery, when we are less than our full light, that is how we feel. And we go out and we try and fill the void with alcohol or drugs or parties or people or fun or whatever. But ultimately, it's still there. It's there, and your heart feels like stone. So to get into the place where there's true joy, peace and love, and I just looked at the clock again, it said 1222. So where your soul takes over your body so that it directs you at times to look at a clock at a certain time. You probably think I thought that was crazy, right? But it's true. My soul has taken over my body, and now it directs me to go and see people and go to places, to meet people at certain times, to say certain things. I know I'm in alignment because my eyes will go to something, a bus that goes by, and the bus will say, you know, 111 on it or something, you know, on the front, or it's not just clocks, it's not just time, it's all sorts of things, timetables, any thing, it can be anything. Anyway, that shows you're in alignment with the universe. So if you're wondering what the 144 thing is, that's it. It's basically a calling from the universal frequency. The universal frequency is love. So if you're in alignment with true love, and I'm not just talking, oh, I love him, he's so lovely, I love him. I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about heart opening. I'm talking about Buddha kind of love, the love where you just feel love for everything and love and peace. And you know what, if I just stayed in the house and didn't do anything all day, that would be perfectly good for the universe, because it just shows that you're putting out there a frequency of harmony and love and peace. And you know, if we all did that, the world would be a great place, wouldn't it? Because nobody would be causing any problems. So, I just wanted to share that because I need to start speaking. And I'm thinking I'm just going to have to do it without planning it. Basically I have to die of my own ego. And I think, you know, ultimately we all do. That's what the spiritual process is about. The ego is all the dark stuff, is all the negative stuff. And if we lose ourself to find our soul, then we've won the game. Because this is just one big matrix illusion game. And the game of life, the point of it is to get through it. Having mastered the physical, mental, emotional and the spiritual, and to come back to source, be one with God. I just see 144. So, to be coming back to be one with the source, which is everything, the whole, which is love frequency, a vibration, a light frequency vibration of just pure bliss and pure love. That's the whole point of the game of life. And so, yeah, it's good. So there's hope. It's all good. I mean, I just want you to share in this feeling, and I just want to be able to tell you what the 144 is all about. Okay. It has something to do with the times we're living in as well. So just to let you know. But remember, faith overcomes fear. Light overcomes dark. So at all times, we must remember to know that we're being guided and loved by a presence that is bigger than ourselves to take us where we're supposed to be. And not everyone will resonate with this, and that's fine. If you do resonate with it, yeah, I'm going to keep doing videos, and I'm going to stick them on. I don't know. I don't know whether to keep them on my page or stick them on my Awakening to the Power of One, because I don't actually use it, but I'll figure that out. I'll be guided to do whatever I do. But anyway, lots of love to you, and we're all on this life journey together, and the most important thing is to stay humble and keep learning and try and stay out of judgment, because none of us know it all. We're still waking up every day to new things, and if you keep an open and a curious mind and are willing to believe in the unbelievable and are willing to let go of the things that you have learned to be true, because we've been kept in this prison, a consciousness prison. If you're willing to expand your mind and expand your wholeness of yourself, and just so that you can breathe in, really expand and see the truth of everything, it's miraculous. Miracles happen to you. Miracles happen. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm sending you so much love, and I send you so, I mean, I'm sending out bliss and peace into the world, and I think if all of us did that, we'd live on the 717. We'd live in a much better world. So lots of love. Speak later. Bye.